All right, let me just say like random stuff. Yeah, Cause if it say that, oh, we just gonna have to go to Instagram because I want to get my full interview with you.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so yeah, you look like you fresh out. You know what I mean? The skin is shining,
Hey, thank you.
glowing out this joint.
Hey,
You
hey,
are. Okay.
hey, thank you.
What was you saying about the shirt? You said you got it from where?
Well, I got it from. It was actually a gift. My brother, he stays in Florida. Duval, Jacksonville, Florida. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
where I got it from. You
You
know,
look like somebody. I'm trying to remember who you like favor somebody.
I get a lot of different people, but I'm gonna wait to see what you got to say. I'm gonna wait to see what
I
you got
want to insult you, but
to say.
just
Nah,
like I would say a little bit of Snoop, but a little bit of what's the other dude that Zane? What is it? Not Zane. No, he was a young dude. He used to
mm,
rap. But yeah, see now when you do that, you look like Snoop.
yeah. See, I get
Ah,
like Snoop a lot. And when I was growing up, I used to get Pharrell, so I get like a lot of the mix of that. And then I used to have locks. I used to have real long locks,
okay.
and I used to get Future of all people. And I'm like, nah, I don't think
Oh,
I.
so where they got future?
But yeah,
No.
I was like, nah. And I used to ride the MARTA and everything at that time, in the city. I remember one time I got on the bus, this old man got on there. He's like, man, I thought old Future got on this goddamn bus, man. Like, so, hey, just funny, just kidding around. But yeah,
Well,
Snoop is
you
definitely
do.
the one I get them.
Yeah,
Huh?
you do. I mean, you look better than him, but
Oh, the thing.
yeah,
Wow, that was so Snoopy.
you look way better than. I mean, not saying he a bad looking guy, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
you look better than him. Like the refresh, you know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
Don't be high as shit, so so, but
uh,
where you originally from?
Originally, I'm from South Carolina, Charleston. So like around the Charleston area, this small town called Jacksonburg, and yeah, like I came here when I was 13,
Mhm.
and been in Atlanta ever since. But I'm originally from Jacksonburg, South Carolina. It's just right outside of Charleston.
Okay. A
Yeah,
lot of
right by
people,
the coast.
trying to get out of Atlanta. You love Atlanta like that?
Atlanta's cool. I'm thinking about these. So you go to like think about going to California or you going, to New York or something like that. The prices,
I
the
know,
cost of living is pretty expensive.
right?
I'm not looking at people going to LA where they know a dollar in a dream and coming like, nah, it ain't it. So
I could
I
see
don't
you
know.
in LA though, because you'll fit right in. Because I was watching your one of your videos and you had the little hat on.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, yeah,
wow, wow, you like this? I said, yeah, he giving no type of. I said, yeah, he could go anywhere. But I
yeah.
like it. I love the fact that you be getting around. You be on everything smoking.
Yes, yes.
Like,
I gotta get out of here. You know what I mean? I feel like that. I don't really know anybody who's, let's say in the industry or anything like that. So I gotta get my face card known. Like people gotta know who I am when they see me, and then because the music is already good, so it's like you gotta actually see me out here and catch my vibe, the new age Kool Aid. So you
no,
know,
you be out there though. I be like, dang.
yeah,
'Cause I was looking at your page. I was like, he did here, he did there, he did this
yeah,
performance. Nah, that's good
yeah.
though. That's really good. I'm proud of you.
Oh,
Congratulations.
thank you, thank you,
You
thank you. I
know?
really appreciate that.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like a lot of these artists be lazy, you know? And it's
Yeah,
like they be like, I should be here. And it's like, well, what did you do? You ain't even doing nothing. Like, so
yeah,
yeah. What
yeah.
inspired you to become an artist?
Um, to be honest, it was. I feel like it was always in me to be an artist. I've always been, creative, innovative with anything that I've done. I always walk my, but they say you go to your own beat, your own drum type of thing. I've always been that type of kid, but I've always had just like making different voices and sounds. Growing up and just impersonating, different people, and I just been the life of the part, especially my family, I've always been the entertainment. You know, they like, oh, get Josh. You know, he gonna do something. You know, dance, or he gonna, you know, rap or whatever. He's gonna be that type of dude. So I've always been in the spotlight per se, just never, you know, on like a national or, you know, a local type of stage. But what inspired me is, to be honest, I like making people feel good, man. Like I like people vibing. When I grew up in Jacksonburg, South Carolina, and here, uh, we used to do a lot of fish fries, oyster rolls, things like that back home. And the one thing that always got me was everybody had their own issues and things like that. But when that music came on, man, hey, everything changed. It's almost like it was like a switch. And I saw how people react to that. And then when I realized that I had a gift of making words fit, I was like, shoot, why not? Let me actually get in here. And I always loved music. It's always been in me. I love listening to all types of different music. But once I realized I had that certain gift, I was like, man, this is something not just a hobby. This is a passion of mine that I want to, you know, bring a different type of energy out. You know, that's what inspired me, though. You know, yeah.
Dope. Dope.
I know it's long, but it's drawn out. But
It's cool. It's cool. We trying to
yeah.
find more about you. How did you come
Okay.
up with the name? Like, was that your real name or?
Nah. My real name is Joshua
Oh, tell us.
Wick. Yeah.
I mean, you
And
said you what? I mean,
but look, let me tell you something. Because now that John Wick is like the new thing, like I'm getting, yeah.
I don't care.
You should be, you know, Josh Wick or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Nardo Wick has this thing going on, so I'm
Right.
like, nah. But I came up with Quezzrell originally when I started. And, you know, it's so crazy. Originally, I used to like making beats. I was the producer. I wanted to play the background, and you know, I was like different sounds and things like that, and just messing with FL Studio, you know, just years ago. And like
Years ago.
when, huh? What happened?
You said years ago.
Yeah, like I'm not old, but like you know, that's back in high school, like you know, early high
Right.
school. So I remember I had a couple people. Well, I had a couple friends want me to rap because they actually heard me rap before. I used to always write in class. I was that kid in the back of the class, always writing. But you know, I always had a love for writing as well.
Mm.
And I just one day just kind of just started rapping. I was like, man, okay. And then I got in the booth in my partner's house, and I liked the way I sounded. And I was like, hey, I dig this right here. I like this, kind of cool. So it just kind of grew from there. And my name at that time was Quest because I was looking and searching.
You
To
said
be
flex?
honest, no, nah, Quest,
Oh, flex.
like D
Okay.
Quest.
Okay.
I was a big
Tribe
I,
Called Quest?
yeah, like
Okay.
and I was like, and you can imagine how different that is when, like, you know, everybody at the time. I listen to the music of the day too, but I'm listening to a Tribe Called Quest and Nas and all that type of stuff like that back then. And people were like, "Well, why are you listening to that type?" But that's what I like.
Mm.
So that was what inspired me for the Quest thing. Then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna really be D Quest. Like that can't come out here today and be D Quest. So I was like, let me find something else. And I was like, okay, Quez. Okay, Quez. I want something to be real. So I put Quezzrell together, so it was Quezzrell. You
Oh,
know,
all right.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you've been rapping how long?
Rapping like in recording rapping, like in the studio type of rapping, or just
Oh,
like in
all
general,
around. All
all
in.
around.
Mhm.
Man, since I've been 14 years old, I wrote my first rap when I was 14.
You
I
remember?
remember I wrote it down. Yeah, I don't remember it
Oh,
exactly,
I
but
know you
I
don't.
know.
You don't want to say it. You're like, my
no,
name is Quest. I'm better than the rest. No? Like that.
it actually went something like that, to be honest. But let me say something crazy though. So when I wrote it down, I was like,
Mhm.
oh man, this is cool. So I was like, I gotta show my friend. I showed my friend. He was like, okay, you know. But I remember showing, and this is where my mind goes blank. That's why I probably can't remember it. I showed my mom, and I remember she was like, "Oh, okay, you that's what you want to do. Just hobby, whatever you do, whatever
Mom,
you
like,
do.
dang.
Yeah, nah, ain't it. But you can just hobby, you can do something for fun. Just stay out of my head. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I was, it
Yeah.
was one of them things. But
Has
yeah, that was my,
anybody ever told you was corny?
huh?
Has anybody ever told you was corny? Uh-oh.
Um,
You
yes,
got a long
yes,
pause. That means yeah.
yes. Nah, yes, yes, yes. I've been told that. But that was me. Well, actually, no. Actually, nobody's really told me that I was necessarily corny, but they would say that I would probably have to switch up how I would say certain things. Like originally, if you listen to a lot of my old music, um, and I got it on SoundCloud. It's not released on like on Apple Music or Spotify, but you have to go to SoundCloud to find it. Yeah, back in the SoundCloud days, and I was sounding like Andre, trying to sound
Andre
like
3000?
yeah,
Oh,
and
man.
but reason being is because somebody heard me rapping was like, oh, you kind of favor that a little bit. And I was like, oh, well, let me kind of embody, almost not embody, but like take that type of flow and just incorporate my own in there. Because somebody told me was like, man, you can't rap with your voice, man. You want to use something else. And I was like, all right. He's like your raps is hard, but you can't use your voice. So I was like, okay, I got that type of treatment. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you
That type of
can't use
treatment.
your voice. What kind of voice was you supposed to use?
I don't know. Like, and to be honest with you, I for a long time didn't really feel comfortable with kind of just using my natural like voice. I tried to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't until recently that I was like, you know what, man, let me just be myself, man. Like, and just let me
Yeah,
go out here. And I found my voice within that. And yeah,
right.
but
I feel like
anyway,
it
yeah,
take a long time to get that voice, like to get your
yeah.
style. You know what I mean? How long do you think that
Yeah.
it took you to get your style?
Uh, I would say about a good 4 years, 4 years
Mhm.
to get my style completely. Now, in order for me to, you can get your style and still have ways to, you need to enhance. You know what I'm saying? You got to enhance it. You got to maybe um, get better with how you craft your song. Get better with how you maybe write a particular. Cause okay, I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna say this too. So I used to think I was too complex when I was rapping. So I was like, let me simplify it.
Okay.
And I simplified it, and it made it sound better. Cause like, to be honest, I wanted to simplify it, but also keep it complex. That was my what do you call it? That was one of my goals. Is I want to make it simple yet complex. If I can figure out that fine line within that, I
Mhm.
can be good. And I found that. So you know,
It's hard. It's hard though,
it's
because
it's always hard.
a lot of people don't like the simplicity of things. They want it to be
Yeah,
like you should be spitting like nah, that hardcore, like
yeah, yeah. And
all
that.
hip hop and stuff. They want it to be that way, and that's it. They don't want
Mm-hmm,
nothing else. Yeah.
mm-hmm. And and to be honest, like I was that, like all of my friends around me was rapping. They was that way, like
Mhm.
the simpler way. And then I was the one that was like, oh, you rapping like Nas and Eminem and shit. Oh, I'm sorry, but
Oh, you can cuss.
uh, oh yeah, well shit. And I was like, man,
He said, "Well,
well let
shit,
me, yeah. I was
well,
like,
shit."
sorry, but like, I was like, well, let me go ahead, let me find that fine line because, like I said, I love a lot of different types of music,
Hmm.
and I just needed to find that fine line, and that's what I
Right,
did. That's what I did.
right. Would you go on any reality shows?
I would, I
What
would.
show
I
would you
want to
go
get
on?
into. I want to get into acting actually, so that
Okay,
would be really cool if I could get into that. Well,
I can see you
when I
doing some acting. Okay.
thank you.
Well, what role would you want to play? What show would you want to be on?
uh,
I can see The Shy. What about The Shy?
Oh yeah, I can see myself on that. Yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, the
but, but, but,
shine.
but, let me ask you this: who would I, who would I, you know,
Would you
who do
play?
you think? Yeah, who would I play? Who do you think I could play?
Um,
Your opinion.
I think you could be what you call it, the one with the long braids, him or his brother.
But why do you say that though? Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
Because
Because
he all like he think he chill. He be chilling and stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And he's super
I
skinny though. He's super skinny. But he just on
yeah,
some like I don't give a fuck type shit.
yeah.
Oh.
I
I'm
could do
not
that.
saying you like that, but I'm just saying
No,
I think
but I could do that. I know I can
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You look like you could probably, slide over there and be like, "Man, I don't care." Like,
do that.
yeah.
Oh man, but
Have you been trying to get into acting or are you just saying it?
but right now I'm really focused on music, but I just know that's a lane that I'm very interested in. So I just keep my options open. If something was to ever come up, if somebody ever wanted to use me for something, like I definitely be interested in doing a read or whatever. It's just, but I just know that's something I would be very interested in if the opportunity presents itself. So,
What if the acting took off and you would have to give up the rapping? What would that look
uh,
like?
uh,
Some people y'all be fighting the fact that sometimes maybe this is better than that, because sometimes the rap
yeah,
just don't be hitting or the music just don't be hitting. And it's like,
that's very true. That's
ah,
very true.
maybe
Well,
like,
you know what? Well, you know what? Like, if the acting, let's say the acting hit off, I would, I'd be on some childish Gambino type stuff. I ain't even gonna front. Like, I would still dabble with the music because it's just something that I love doing,
right.
and maybe something would hit off and like something. Oh, well, you like that song, and they may go out with that. But
Oh, no. Yeah. I think that it seemed like the people that do decide to go into acting, they do well. They actually prosper more than they did being an artist. You know what I mean? Or it's a
yeah.
whole nother avenue. Cause I forgot who was it. Was it Snoop? Was it I think it was Ice Cube or one of them. They was like them checks hit differently.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know
Ice,
what
yeah, yo, Ice Cube. Wait a
I
minute,
mean?
like
Right?
if you think, it's crazy because I know, like, if you think about it, like every kid now, like, doesn't even know that he rapped at one point. So it's like that's the type of legacy he's leaving. That's crazy to think about.
Mhm.
Because Ice Cube is dope to me, you know what I'm saying, as an artist, you know what I'm saying. But his track record now is just acting, and he's making a lot of money, even with like the Are We There Yet and the Ride Alongs and all that. Like he done made a lot of money off of that type of stuff for real.
How do you feel about say how how he was super hardcore and now
Yeah.
he doing family stuff.
Kid
How
friendly.
do you feel about you
Hey.
having to change in your your being this
Uh,
certain way to being like a whole different image to be in a business? How would you feel if you had to do that to be
well,
successful? To be successful.
to be honest, you got to look at it like you wear many different hats
Hmm.
as a person. You know what I mean? Like you're just authentically yourself when you're really living in your truest form. Like we can do pretty much anything we want to do. We have a liking to it or a passion for it. So let's say if you do change up and I don't want to throw him out there right now, but
Right.
I
Right.
don't know if you've been paying attention to like
Oh,
Terrence Howard right now, but he's been going off on a tangent, like talking about all this.
industry.
Uh, yeah. So when you think of Terrence Howard, we think of what like Hustle and Flow and Empire, but he has a passion for I guess astrophysics or something like that. I don't know, but he's been on Joe Rogan podcast and stuff
Yeah,
like that
he's
talking.
going off the other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm just saying like you can be pretty much. I wouldn't mind doing it. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind changing it up. But it is funny with Ice Cube though, because like the hardcore gangster, and then it's like, oh, now
Yeah, did
you,
a whole him and Eddie Murphy too.
yeah,
Eddie Murphy did a
yeah,
whole switch too. And it
mm,
worked for him. What do you
Yeah,
think
that's true.
about the guys in the industry?
Mm.
I'm going too far left, like wearing the dresses and stuff to be like just for a role. Is that too much to be like? Do you feel like is just a role, or do you feel like
I'm on my I'm on my Chappelle stuff, man. Like
uh-oh.
if you can't okay if you can't really it's played out to be honest with you. I'm talking about I know my history all the way back to like the Flip Wilson days. Like I know my history. That bit to me is if you got to put a man, especially a black man, in a dress to make something funny nowadays, you really selling yourself short and low because there's so many other ways where you can make yourself funny and not have to do that. We don't see female comedians putting on male clothes all the time as much as we see these men out here doing it to make something funny. So why do we feel like that needs to be funny? Oh, that's the only way you can make something funny is putting on a dress.
Mhm.
That's just my opinion.
What about the
So
guys that be on like Instagram, like we're throwing on a wig real quick? And
I
then they
mean, you
be
can throw
funny.
on,
And it's
yeah, you
like
can
we
throw on,
overlook that though. We be like, oh, that was funny. And then but
yeah,
to a
yeah.
movie, it's like, oh nah, you can't do no movie, nigga. It's like,
Okay, that's a great point. That's a great point. I mean, you see a couple of folks, or like, what's the dude? It's a dude now who he throws on the wig and whatnot, and he be dancing and stuff like that, with a little song in the background. Dang, but
it's so many of them. I can't
it
even keep up.
huh?
It's so many of them. I can't really keep up.
Yeah, but I mean, it's I don't know, like to each his own. If you
Right.
feel like you got to do that, and it's funny, hey,
I mean,
I just wouldn't do
right.
that. I just wouldn't do that. That's all. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna hate on another person doing their thing, but I that's just my personal opinion. But and everybody can have their opinion. You know what I mean?
What do you think about the industry needs to change in your opinion? What do you want to see change?
Well, it's crazy. I was talking with an artist and during one of the showcases I was in, and she told me she said that she wishes there was ways for independent artists to kind of get a little bit of a little more respect. You know what I mean?
No.
Because yeah, there's a lot, and I kind of agree with what she was saying
Respect as
because
far as what? Like,
respect as in being like when you're an independent artist, you are investing everything into yourself, and I guess people shouldn't have to care,
mm,
but just respect, not necessarily like, oh, we're gonna give you money and like, nah, just show the respect for an individual who wants to showcase a gift or talent that they have out
mm,
here and is actually putting in the work and investing in themselves. Like basically what you doing, what you guys are doing, like this that type of uh helping hand. That probably that may need to change. Like just showing a little bit more respect for independent artists.
right.
But um
No, I
but
agree.
one thing about it,
I agree.
yeah, but one thing about it is I always learned this, like if you don't respect yourself, nobody else gonna respect you.
Okay.
So
Hello. You
yeah.
definitely gotta respect yourself and you gotta respect your craft. Like, cause some people wake up and they don't give a damn about nothing that's going on and they don't keep up their shit. They don't care about performing. They just want to, get online and they look dirty and they stink when they coming into the no, because there's some artists they even come in here and they be stinking. And
Oh my god.
yeah, I mean they be smoking weed, but they
Yeah,
be faking, and they
yeah.
don't. They smell musty, and they'll get in here, and I gotta sit with them for a whole hour. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying
Hey.
is they don't take care of themselves as far as when
Mm,
they got to do an interview to look good and present themselves to the world. No, we on Instagram or, a video or whatever the case is. So you're right. Like they do have to respect themselves, and some people don't even do like as far as their music. They don't even like label their music. They don't, they just slap their shit up on SoundCloud and don't care about getting it copyrighted or, anything.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, come on. They gotta care first before we
Yeah,
can.
you're
Earn.
right, right, you're right, right.
Yeah.
Well,
But I'm with you on that though.
but
I'm,
but 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 fight. Like, let me ask you a question though. Like, what do you? And I know this interview for me, but I like the
no,
conversation.
no. We
What do you feel like needs to change as far as the industry is concerned? Like, or just anything a part of the entertainment of, I guess,
I think I think
radio.
I think the whole shit is going to hell, shitville. But you know,
Ooh,
I really miss the CD era. I hate to say that, but I miss that era. I think that I can't stand streams. I don't like it. I think artists need to all boycott. This is my personal opinion, and I'm radio. I feel
okay.
like artists need to just boycott everything, even radio, because y'all have to gain back the power. And
Mm,
unfortunately, y'all have to stick together. I know it probably won't ever happen. But you remember how TR said everybody do a blackout one day. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
The power of what that one time, the majority of the people did it. They remember the blackout and they put their Instagram and they put a black thing out and
yeah, I remember. I remember. Yeah,
like that was just a test. So imagine if everybody said, I'm gonna snatch all my stuff down, from these streams and took the power back and said, "This is what we're going to do. Fuck y'all. We're gonna do this." If y'all did that, excuse me, y'all gotta take the power back. I would like to see y'all have the power as far as respect. You have to take the power back from us because right now we got the ball. Radio got the ball. DJs, they kind of lost it a little bit, but
mm,
radio got it, podcast got it, um, the labels got it, everybody got it but y'all. You know what I'm saying? And so
yeah,
I would say take the power back. I can't stand streams. I don't like them at all because I just it's stupid. Y'all don't get what y'all supposed to get, and that's even
yeah,
more reason for y'all to boycott the shit, you know. And I think that, like I said, y'all sticking together, and when somebody is doing y'all all dirty, and y'all getting unsuccessful rates from this person and that person, or even promoters for that matter, y'all have to stick
yeah,
together and get them out of there, you know, because then it pays the way for people that's good in the industry to thrive, and then y'all could continue to work with that person. But if y'all be Joe and still fuck with the people that's doing the bad work or the bad business, y'all still keep fucking with them, then they're gonna stick around. You know
yeah.
what I
You're
mean?
right.
They're not going nowhere. And then y'all be like, "Well, I got beat." Well, why you think you got beat? Because y'all still fucking with them.
Yeah,
So
no,
it
you ain't lied. You ain't lied not one bit. You ain't lied
right?
not one bit.
You may not
Um,
fuck with them, but it be 10 other niggas that'll fuck with them. So it's like, because they Joe and they see them numbers, you know what I mean? I want
yeah,
the numbers to
yeah.
stop. I want the numbers to stop. I want all that shit to stop. All the fake numbers, the fake views. I want all of that stuff.
Hey, but I don't mean interrupt you. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I got this. I agree. Everything you said coincides with more than just the music industry. It comes with a lot of stuff. It's very
Everything.
profound what you said.
Everything.
But yeah, and what to say? But what I really wish, and me personally, I used to like listening to an entire album, not just a single,
Mm-hmm.
and like vibing with, like when you said bring the CD air back. I miss like you could not, let's say if you have like 14, 15 songs, and maybe the hottest song on that album wasn't your favorite song. Like people can pick and choose that, the song that they like from you. But now it's like it's so much. I'll say this: I don't like the singles because I feel like with the streams you just get a lot of singles, and sometimes you may like an artist and be like, dang, I wish they had a whole project where I could kind of see what they got going on, and
Right.
you never get to see them because eventually it's just like that one song and it's like there's nothing else. You never hear from them again.
Right.
And I've seen a lot
Sometimes
of
that can
artists
be
do
good
that.
though. Sometimes that can be good because some of them put out a full song and it be garbage. But you know,
Okay, you got a point.
some of them, I ain't say everybody, but you know.
Yeah, but like I like when I was making my album, like I was thinking about just like listening to um a lot of the different albums that I kind of grew up just like, oh man, when you went through, like they spent their time on the album cover and they spent their time on the concept and then the interlude, and then like just you got some that still do
I
that,
think there's
but
some interludes though, yeah. And
yeah,
the
like the
skits
dope
and
interlude,
stuff.
man. Wait, hold on. I'm listening to Miss Education of Lauren. I'm like, that's one of the best interlude album ever. Like when she had
Right.
the kids in the classroom, you know
Skit.
what I mean? Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's so hard. Like what happened? I don't know, man.
But no, the skits now is
yeah, the skits. I'm sorry, the skits.
the
Yeah.
niggas is coughing up shit. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Oh man,
No, that's my skit. I'm
yeah.
like, oh my God, I can't.
Nah, yeah.
So, did you ever go to college?
I went to community college. Does
I
that
mean, that count.
count? Yeah, I went to.
Count? That
I
count. What
went
you go
to.
for?
I went to Atlanta Metropolitan State College, but I only went for a year.
That don't
So
matter. You wet.
yeah,
I
man.
know you better than me.
Oh Lord, yeah,
What
but
happened? Why you stop?
I went for business administration, and from what I was learning, I was like, man, I can get this.
You get it on
You
YouTube.
know,
Like,
yeah. I'm like, I'm wasting my
yeah.
time. I wasn't making no money. Come on, I wasn't making no money. I was like, man, I'm going to
You in
class.
college. You ain't supposed to make money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, yo, I like get money too. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like what I was learning. Let's say if it was my favorite two classes I had was theater, like it was theater drama,
Mm-hmm.
and I had an economics class, and it was teaching economics. I like that, but I was like, man, I can really go get a book and just read up on this type of stuff. Like
Oh,
you
let
can
me
teach
eat.
us, yeah, that's all I'm saying.
That was the end of
But
that. All right. Well, let's talk about the album because I know we gotta get up out of here. I got like a couple of minutes left. But so,
okay.
but when that album, you got an EP or is it an EP or album?
Well, it's 9 songs.
Oh,
Um,
cool, EP kind of.
yeah, like an EP,
Yeah,
album, whatever
EP.
you want to go, EP,
Okay.
yeah, EP. So, yeah, but it's called
It's
it's
hard.
called New Age. Sorry, it's called New Age Kool-Aid.
New Age Kool-Aid.
New Age Kool-Aid.
I like that.
I came up with that name like 7 years ago, and I always stuck with it.
Okay.
As I was changing my sound and my music, I kind of put it together, So New Age Kool-Aid means, and bear with me for a second here as I kind of give you this,
All right. The time.
but but it is
Uh-oh.
a blend of the old and the best of what's yet to come. And I have a little saying I kind of put in there. It's like, if you can't hear it or you can't see it, have a doctor check your lungs.
Mm.
Like Glenn Jones said, we've only just begun. So it's like,
Oh.
yeah, I just kind of a little vibe. But yeah. So
Oh.
that's what. Yeah, but new age really means like a sound that you maybe have never heard, or maybe something that's just futuristic. And Kool-Aid is, I'm sure no matter if you use in the hood or not, every part of every city in America, from country to city, park, whatever, every household, project, whatever, when you have Kool-Aid, something about having some Kool-Aid as a young kid or a child, it was something nostalgic about that for me as a kid. So it just meant good memories for me. And I was like, you know what, man, it's also cool too, Kool-Aid. So I was like, let me blend the old and the new together, and that's what I feel like my sound is, because I I was inspired by a lot of old school and then a lot of new. So yeah.
All right. Well, I definitely have fun. I want to get up out of here and get off before it cuts us off automatically. Make sure y'all
Okay, fine.
follow him on Instagram. I would definitely have that in the post. And I have fun and I appreciate your time so much.
All right,
You're
thank you.
cool to hang out with. So if you come to Philly, definitely
Hey,
come through.
definitely gonna tap in for sure.
And our
All right.
radio, it's the Queen Internet Radio, Smack.